Alright, here we are for round one. We will play first. Yeah, this is a mulligan. It's tempting, but we can't even cycle the implement, really. Yes, fine. I don't want that at this time. Yep. One also kept 5, yeah. We just need to look for more lands. We got 2 3-drops and Scrounging Bandar. Yep. Would love to hang on to that map for a little bit, but it's not going great. Yeah. Okay, good. We did hit a 3rd land. That's good. So can play land, attack. If they block, we can cool Finality. Versus just playing like the Alley Strangler or the Guide. It's all relatively close-ish. I'm happy to attack, and they may or... I'd prefer if they didn't block. If they do block, it's fine. I don't need that. Osprey, sure. Again, I wouldn't mind a trade, honestly. I don't want to really just spray off a Die Young or Nature's Way, just because then it doesn't allow us to cast one of these. If they block and trade, that's fine. I prefer if they didn't, but no big deal. Play a Guide. Because the Guide works better with Nature's Way, though this is most likely to get blocked. Garden Brights, sure. Land 6, go. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and cycle the Implement of Ferocity here. Draw a card. No attack. Seventh land. Can only block creatures with flying. So I guess we Nature's Way and have the Gearper Guide fight that, or deal damage to it. Let's just do that now. Don't think this matters. Play out this. Yep, opponent looks to be flooding out pretty good. So either I just cycle the Unbridled Growth right away. I don't think I want to do it. I think I just want to attack and put a counter on the automaton. Like in case they're sandbagging a... in case they have a fumigate or something. This also, I mean, this is pretty good. Sacrifice that, get an enchantment. Okay. Doesn't really do a ton. So we attack, they block, they get back Cogwork Assembler. It doesn't really do anything. And then I think we'll just post-combat play the Unbridled Growth in the land. Yep. Counter, counter. Okay. I think we just go for the win here. We've got a fair bit of backup, so draw a card. I think I should have folded black mana off that before doing that, but it doesn't really matter. This isn't giving, yep. Okay. Opponent just flooded out, and we drew a pretty good, reasonable mix of stuff. Opponent played very few actual creatures, and they were all meh creatures. Don't know that we need to change anything. Just being on the draw makes me want to bring in Mind Rot. And usually I like to cut like this random 2-drop or something like that. Our creature count's already pretty low, so that does make me a little bit hesitant. Just want to make sure we can always, you know, use Nature's Way or whatever, Smuggler's Copter, Lifecrafter's Bestiary. There's a lot of reasons to not cut creatures in this spot. Could cut an Unbridled Growth. I'm very hesitant to cut an Unbridled Growth without adding a land. It does work very well with Vengeful Rebel, Night Marketer, and not. I'm going to cut the Sage. I can't imagine that. It's just not a good card. Especially, we're not really doing a ton with energy, so. Yeah, this is a fine hand. It does point out our problem of lacking creatures. And then we draw one, so that's fine. There's Scry. Definitely play with the Copter. Opponents is like, what? I thought I was done playing against Smuggler's Copters when they banned this thing. Yep. And they're scrying on their upkeep. Probably need to find a third land, would be my guess. They're left on top. They do have a third land, so theory confirmed. I do have an interesting decision point to make here. Lifecrafter's bestiary more. Oh, opponent also has a very good excellent vehicle. Excellent vehicles here. So what, I can play like the Scrounging Bandar, and attack with the Smuggler's Copter, get our loot on. Guess we could like just... Of the cards in hand, I guess Verdant Automaton's not great either, but... Or we could just play Lifecrafter's Bestiary. I think it's actually relatively close, but I think playing the Scrounging Bandar is better. Gets in 3 damage and gets loot in, which is probably better than a Scry. Yeah, the loot is probably like 30% better than a Scry generally. So I would, and Die Young or the Verdant Automaton is the choice, because Mind Rot's is too sweet. I'm going to discard the Die Young. Get it for 3. On its turn. Scrying on their upkeep again. Takes 1 energy to give lifelink. Cogwork Assembler, sure. They're probably, yeah, because we have the Copter, they don't want to attack with the Harvester. Yeah. No, I would not like to. Thanks for asking. I do need to get another green man online. But I think we just go ahead and play the Bestiary and set up for somewhat of a long game. Do want to kill this thing sooner or later. You could also cast Mind Rot and force them to discard 2 out of the 3 cards in their hand. It's a little dangerous if our opponent on next turn draws up to 4 cards, plays land, and then two spells. And then Mind Rot's not card advantage anymore. Yeah, it might be time to just Mind Rot them. We're not under pressure, really. We don't want them to be able to win a long game. Yeah. I didn't sideboard in this Mind Rot to not use it. Plains and Untethered Express. Okay. Perfectly happy with those discards. Like even forcing them to discard extra lands with the Cogwork Assembler in play is not a bad play. Fairgrounds Warden. Okay. Go ahead and crew response. And no attacks. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any reason to not go ahead and just slam the Life Crafter's Bestiary. And then, like, we're not under a ton of pressure here. The opponent is just, like, terrified of us attacking with the Smuggler's Copter. Not without cause. So I just want to start getting my value. I want to get value off the Verdant Automaton while we can. Okay, this is a little painful. We do get to draw 2 life off the Tidy Conclusion. Yeah. Pretty sure they're supposed to crew the Harvester in response to the thing and get in for an extra 4 points of damage, but Scry 1, I don't need that. I would not mind that right now. But I'm going to go ahead and play the Automaton, draw a card. Fortunately, did not hit a land, but it's fine. We do have the ability to crew the Smuggler's Copter, which holds back most of our opponent's board. Scry to the bottom. Scry on upkeep, yep. I think they're being a little aggressive with these upkeep scries, but left the card on top. This is when I cast a creature spell, not when it comes into play, so killing the Fairgrounds Warden doesn't do that much. I am tempted to trade away the Smuggler's Copter, but I'm not going to do that at this time. Cloud Blazer. That would be a good card to leave on top. Scry. I do want that. So that lets me cast Ridgescale Tusker, which I think I need to do. Yeah, we can cast the Ridgescale Tusker, right, respond to the trigger, but I guess we can, yeah, doesn't really matter, but crew the Smuggler's Copter, make this a 4/4, so it can effectively block all the stuff. Our opponent might be able to get in decent attack. I think we're okay. Alternatively, we could just play like Tidy Conclusion on the Dawnfeather Eagle. Doesn't seem super great. No. Trigger on the stack. the island. So they're 1 mana away from being able to just kind of have Atmosphere Harvesters to throw away and generate extra mana. Yeah. No block. If they have a trick, they have a trick. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we don't really need an extra forest. Do need an extra flying blocker. Or a way to trigger the Vengeful Rebel to kill that. Got Untethered Express. They're kind of doing it. Ancient Vigilance and Trample. I have 0 cards in hand. Sure, we'll go with that. And then use that to kill off that. Go ahead and attack. They can gang block it if they want to. Choose not to. I'm trying to think of whether I just need to run out the Vengeful Rebel. Probably not. I can just hold back and put a counter on this. We're 1 land away from being able to do that shenanigan. We have 2, make it 5 in the air with the Harvester. Yep. Glimmer main phase. They scribed top and bottom. Crewing up that. Yep. Aether Herder. Don't think that's what we want. Wouldn't be terrible, but trying to think if we can afford to attack with the Tusker. So what we want to do is tidy conclusion the Atmosphere Harvester. Pretty sure they're not going to block the Tusker. It's going to be pretty hard for them to... just gets awkward if they... So they've got I've got a lot of power of ground creatures. We're at 5. I don't think we can afford to attack. Just play land and go. This is a pretty it looks a little suspicious, leaving up 7 mana, 3 cards in hand, go. Really want them to like activate the Atmosphere Harvester and then try and copy it. That would be super ideal. This is going to gain us 2 life. Help swing the race a little bit more on our way. And no blocks. Do still need to either find an answer for the Cloud Blazer. Felidar. Oh god! That's brutal. Yep. That's a lot of value. This is actually even more value. Implement of improvement. Okay. No, I don't need that. So I did not need that. 5. Play the Lifecraft Cavalry and draw a card. Is 6 mana. Leaves us with 2 mana available. I think we do that before we do anything else. I'm going to take 3 in the air. We can't afford to take 2 more. So we need to leave at least 3 blockers back. Also need to be able to deal with that. We have 3 blockers. Attack with everything. We're going to be tapped out. So we can't just leave ourselves dead on board. Play that. So if you have 3 blockers, block there, we're actually going to be dead on board either way. So we just have to hope our opponent tunnel visions and misses it. Sure. Alright. So, cut the Mind Rot. Yeah. Really don't want to put in Sage of Sheila's Claim, just because the opponent had a fair number of 1/3s. Fairgrounds Warden's 1/3, it's a 2/3. Yeah, I just don't want a 2/1. I'm going to leave the Mind Rot in, although it's much worse when you're on the play. But our opponent did have a relatively strong late game. Well, they would like just another decent creature, though our opponent wasn't heavy on removal, so we can probably get away with this. So let's see if we can get away with this. Sure. Opponent mulligans. Do need to draw lands, but Hopefully we can just draw a few lands. We've got a couple draw steps to do it. We do have the ability to crew the copter next turn to help us draw into more lands, which is pretty good. Puts no cards into their hands. Okay, that is good. Yes, I would like to use this ability. Okay. What do we discard? What do we discard? I think it might be the Mind Rot. I think Lifecrafter's Bestiary is probably better. Cruel Finality. Could be Cruel Finality. Just between having Mind Rot and Lifecrafter's Bestiary, I don't know if we can afford to have that many cards that don't actually do anything to affect the board. So I'll discard the Mind Rot. Yeah, we still have to actually hit. Decommission. Okay. It's not the worst. So I'm pretty sure we're just going to go ahead and slam the Bestiary. Start trying to get value off of that. Hopefully we can draw a land or two here. We do have the Scries to help. Untethered Express is pretty gnarly sometimes. Have to bottom that. This is bad. I wonder if we were supposed to add in, instead of the Mind Rot, maybe the Natural Obsolescence. We did see this, and that's... we didn't. I guess no. We should have done that. Yeah, we saw the Untethered Express and the 3-mana 5/3 vehicle, but that's spilt milk at this point. So my options are play Alley Strangler, or I think I just want to cycle the Implement of Ferocity, try and draw into some creatures, or draw into some lands at the moment. Oh man. Well, we're not going to block. Oh god. Vehicles can block, dummy. Vehicles can block. That was human. Very, very human. This got trample too. Oh well. Don't know that I was going to be able to win anyway. Probably wouldn't be able to win. Those are really good creatures, or vehicles. Bridal Growth. No, I don't have time for that. So this is like a 5/5, and then we get 6/6. It's got trample, so that doesn't do anything. I think my best bet is just play the Alley Strangler and draw a card. Gives us the best chance of getting to that tidy conclusion or something. Yeah, we're just getting beaten down by these Crew 1 vehicles. Crew 1, come on. Who would do such a thing? Who would do such a thing? 6, this is 9. I mean, I think we have to take whatever. This game is pretty much in the bag. That's going to be real hard to beat, too. Alright. That doesn't do anything for us. That doesn't do a ton. Yeah, we're dead. Dead. I don't think the one misplay really mattered. Just, yeah, should definitely get sideboard in this natural obsolescence. Yeah. Alright.